right, so let's take this and turn it into this. All right guys, so welcome back to the channel. So yeah, as you guys saw it, this is for the tank topper dash from Hogworks. I did have it color matched in the billiard red. Now I was contemplating on whether to get it in gloss black or billiard red, because I do like to have some black left on here, but I went ahead and went with the billiard red. It's gonna give it that great custom look. Now, we all know from 2021s and up until they went back to 2024, you have that filler neck on the right side. Now, let's say you got a couple dents in your tank. You want to change out your tank anyway, get a new tank, maybe a stretch tank. I did do a tank swap video. You guys can check that video out. It's a pretty simple process as far as getting everything swapped out, all your internal guts, getting everything out, getting everything back into your new tank. So if you guys wanted to switch out your tanks, you can check out that video. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, the main reason I wanted to swap this out, because a lot of times trying to fill up this cap right here will give me a hard time. Sometimes it won't open, sometimes it won't stay closed. Right now it's working until when I need it to work and it doesn't work. I don't know if you guys are having the same problems, but simple solution, go ahead and swap that out with a tank topper from Hogworks. Like I said, this is gonna be a simple project, maybe a total of 3 or 4 screws. But yeah, that's including taking off your seat. So other than that, let's get to it. All right, so in the box, I got my tank topper dash, color matched in the billiard red. I did receive 2 gaskets, 2 new screws. They're gonna replace the OEM screws on the bracket, another screw with washer, a pop-up gas cap. Now you can choose either black or chrome. They did provide me with a complimentary Hogworks 10mm socket, and of course, the instructions. All right, so for tools, I used a couple size ratchets, a T25 Torx, a 1/8 hex bit, 5/32 ball head Allen, and a 10mm socket. All right, so first thing I'll do is remove the seat. Now for this rear bracket on the center dash, you have this screw right here. You can use a 3/8 socket or a 10mm socket. Now for the front screw on the center console, I'm using a 5/32 ball head Allen. Now I'll remove the gas cap. Now when you lift this center dash up, you will have some wires on the bottom that are clipped in. So you have your fuel harness, your overflow hose, and your vent hose. So you have your vent hose right here. You can go ahead and get rid of this. You won't need this anymore because your gas cap has a built-in vent. I do suggest putting your gas cap back on. That way you don't run the risk of getting anything inside your tank. So you have some clips on the bottom that hold on to your vent and your fuel harness. Go ahead and work those out. So here you have your OEM bracket. You are gonna reuse this bracket. You have 2 screws right here, and they're a T25. Now Hogworks does provide you with new screws, so you're not gonna reuse these screws. Now from here, just gonna reinstall that same OEM bracket. Just make sure you have it orientated correctly. Now for the 2 new screws that come in the kit, I'm using a 1/8 hex bit. Now you don't want to over tighten these, just get them down nice and snug. Now it's time to install the gaskets or seals. This just covers up any gaps between your tank and your dash. So you'll start from the back and work your way to the front. Now before I install the new dash, I'll go ahead and get this all cleaned up. I'll take the gas cap off. Now I'll get the new tank topper on the bike, get everything lined up, making sure my fuel harness and my overflow hose are underneath. Now for your fuel harness and your overflow hose, you can route these either way you want. Now on your gas cap, make sure you have your seal or your O-ring. Just helps with any vapors or gas leakage. You don't want anything coming out of here. Right now it's in the closed position. Just take 2 fingers, push it down and turn, and it'll pop up. Just take it, screw it in, just to get everything lined up. Now Hogworks does provide you with a new screw and washer for the front. Now this one is a little short for the front. I'm gonna go ahead and reuse the OEM front screw. So I'll get the front screw started. I won't tighten it down all the way. I want to make sure I have my rear screw lined up. Now when you tighten this down, just make sure that your harness or your hose is not getting pinched. And you're just going to reuse the stock OEM screw for the back. Now you don't want to over tighten this, just get it down nice and snug.